All right, so we're group 5. This is video 3, and today's video is about the flow manager. Flow manager is the most important part in setting up your irrigation software. If you get something wrong in the flow manager, you could cause water hammer. You're telling your system that you have more capacity than you have, and it could cause all kinds of problems. So for starters, we're going to go over and look at our contour map, and we know there's a pump house right up here. We have a 10-inch line coming down, 10-inch line going over here. So for this example, we're just going to use the 10-inch line. So when you are, we'll come and look at the friction loss charts for a 10-inch line. It's a HDPE 160 series. And we'll find that the flow max is 900 gallons per minute.
Okay, so now we're going to focus in on our hole that we want to work in. We're going to open up our flow manager, hit the flag and put in hole 15, hit OK. Now we're going to set in our pump, so we want to go to our map and locate it. You can see right there. Hit our pump button and hit it close to where we've seen it on our map. We're going to call ours pumpy, and our capacity is 1200 gallons a minute. Hit apply, hit OK. Now our pump's set to where we want it. We can start adding in our branches, and we'll just hit the branch and then put it down on a location, and we know it's a 10-inch and we're running south, so we'll call it 10-inch south. We'll check our flow chart for a 10-inch pipe, and we see that it is 900 gallons per minute. We'll locate exactly where we want to set our branch. Hit apply, hit OK. Now we got our first 10-inch branch set up, so we'll go ahead and set up the rest of our branch. This one is also a 10-inch, so we'll call it 10-inch south, and we're near 14 green, so we'll call it 14G. Capacity is the same, 900 gallons per minute. And we'll continue this where we see our 10-inch pipes on the map. And always checking back at our map to make sure our branches are at the proper locations. You can see now we have a 6-inch one running down. We'll just continue on our 10-inch. We're now near 6 green, so we'll call it 6G, hit OK. Now we want to put in our 6-inch, so we'll call it a 6-inch south. We'll have to check again on our flow charts to see what the capacity is. And if you find 6-inch, you scroll down just before your max there, and we'll see it's 340 gallons per minute. Hit apply, hit OK. Now we want to check and make sure it's at the right location, which we know it's not. So we'll go back to our map, scroll down, and see that it's down in the hazards here near 13. So we'll hit our drag and drop tool and drag it down to our desired location.
Now that we have several of our branches set up, we can now start to add flow zones. We'll start by going back up to the 15T box, select flow zone, add flow zone in the flow manager toolbar. Make sure that your desired branch is highlighted. You have to click away from any other icons or logos on the map. And to check our GPM for this, we go back to our PDF map. We can see comes from a 10-inch down to a 3-inch, and then the loop around the T boxes is a 2-inch line. So if we check and reference our nozzle charts, or pipe sizing charts, not nozzle charts, we can see that it should be 60 GPM. So we'll click apply, click OK, And now we have created this flow zone. Next, we have to assign stations to this flow zone. Do this by clicking the Assign Station button, highlight your desired flow zone, and then simply left click on each station you want to add to that flow zone. In this case, we have 6 stations on our 15T flow zone.
Now we are going to make our second flow zone. This flow zone will be in the area around green number 15. We select our pump 1 branch 2 portion. We go into the flow zone name. We name it 15 for the green number, or whole number, sorry. G is for the green area, P is for the perimeter area, and R is for the rough. It is once again 60 gallons per minute. Now we will assign stations to our second flow zone. We do that by hitting the Assign Station button, and then we just start to select our stations.
Now that we have flow zones established, we can go check at the hard data that this gives us. So to open this, click on the pencil compass icon, open Flow Manager.
So you want to hit the plus, it'll actually populate another portion of the tree. You can go down, follow your pipes all the way down into your flow zone. So this was 15 green, the perimeter and the rough. So you can see the assigned stations to it, and you can see that it's actually 60 gallons per minute assigned to that flow zone. So once you've looked at that, you can actually look at a bigger version of it by going back to the home page, going to System Settings, going to your system capacity, going to your flow manager, and it's the same sort of tree. You can follow your pipes all the way down into your flow zones. It's the assigned station for 15 green, perimeter and rough. So now you can exit that, and go into the station details. So we're working on 15 green, so you want to scroll over to 15 green. You can hit the flow manager, and it'll actually bring you over to show you the actual what we've been working on. So 900 gallons a minute is the supplied main line, 1200 is the pump, and 60 is the 2-inch surrounding the holes. So if you want to look at the whole screen, you just gotta scroll over to where you actually can see all this, and then you can go in and actually change your flow zone. So if you want to change this from flow zone 1 to flow zone 2, you just gotta go to flow zone, hit 2, and now this RAINBIRd head will be on flow zone 2 instead of flow zone 1. Let's go back and change that.
For our flow manager to make proper calculations, all branches must be set out in a linear fashion. This is a straight line, because in order for it to calculate the gallons per minute properly, it does not read the loop system properly.
After watching this video, you should now be able to place pumps, pipes, and flow zones onto your map. Hopefully this video of our Cirrus software will help you out in the future.